All right, Pisces, welcome to September. So we are going to dive in and get some information and guidance for you all for this month. See what's going on for you all. We're wrapping up the summer here in the Northern Hemisphere, moving into fall, the end of the month. So it is kind of a transitional month. It's also the start of the eclipse season. So we had the we had the Pisces full lunar eclipse on the 6th. I was trying to remember that. On the 6th of September. So that kind of kicked off some, big eclipse energy. Eclipses really represent renewal, rejuvenation, transformation, kind of like a shedding of an old skin, and kind of alignment, integration here. So, and then that Pisces energy is real deep. That's about our unconscious, our intuition, our emotions. So it was really diving deep into the depths of, our feelings and aligning with, what is it that our feelings are really telling us. So September, the monthly themes and reflections really represent Virgo. We're in Virgo season, and the sun is in Virgo. So the monthly reflections are health, organization, and service. So those are some interesting ones. I also feel with the eclipses and stuff, we also have Saturn that is retrograding in Pisces, and I can't remember if it's at like the 27th, 28th, or 29th degree, which means it's closing out its cycle in Pisces. And so that there is this essence too, when you align it with Virgo, that there's really this focus on spotlight on health, and anywhere that we are not in harmony internally, unconsciously, emotionally, psychologically, it's going to be coming up with our health. So it's really a time that health has been at the forefront that I've seen for a lot of people. So if you've been dealing with some health things, or just for some reason really getting motivated about the truth of health, looking at ways that you can find holistic approaches. And holistic really just means, some people may be like, oh, holistic isn't. But really, holistic means you're taking into account the physical body, the mental body, the emotional body, and you're addressing all the areas, because your body keeps the score of our emotional body, and that's the bottom line. So physical issues, ailments, really, the root revolves around trauma, belief systems, outward ways of living, and, we need to focus on all that. So, all right, Pisces, let's dig into the reading for you and see what's going to come up for you all in September. So we have the first card is Scrying, Intuition. Your intuition is going to be on point this month. The underworld, where all things pause and begin again. So I definitely feel like there's something, this is big around eclipse too. I feel like there's this, like you're moving forward in a direction, and then all of a sudden your intuition kind of started to tap in, and you were starting to feel the red flags, like, wait a minute, I don't know if I want to continue in this direction or down this path. And really feeling like you want to start over in some sense, or maybe not continue down this path and go down a different path. So we'll maybe see what more information about that as we go. So we have Mindful, Wish, and fairy tale. I think that that came out for the Aquarians as well. So I heard right away with the mindful card, be mindful of your words. So there's something here of being very mindful of, I'm also getting something about being mindful of, like, the messages you're giving to others, or the message if it isn't in alignment with your truth, if it isn't in alignment with what you really want. And that's where the wish and fairy tale card come out, because this is about really diving deep to try and understand what's your fairy tale? What is your dreams? What is it that you really want? And this is about I always tell people this, because I feel like when people think of what is your greatest wish, you immediately think of a person, place, or thing, or an amount of money. And the real way to actually bring in the wish, or to be in true alignment with yourself, because just because you think you want this person, it may not be for your best and highest good. And in the end, that's where the statement of be careful what you wish for, which I'm also hearing, because you may actually get what you want in this moment, what you want right now, but in the long term, it's going to be the source of suffering for you. So that's where we need to dive into what is our real wish is in alignment with our feelings. So what is it? How do I want to feel? Okay, so if you want love and you're with someone and you think, well, maybe there's issues. I just need to fix my desk here. Hold on a second. You know, I really want this person to be the one, but everything, all the flags, all the signs are saying this person isn't in alignment with you. And really, this relationship, for the most part, causes more suffering than it really fulfills you. It fulfills your needs and desires. So there's something here about be careful what you wish for, which I also, with the skeleton here, really dive into your intuition and how are you feeling about something, because I think your intuition, like I said in September, is going to be on point and going to be giving you some big messages to help direct you moving forward. All right. So underneath, which is kind of what's going on energetically or unfolding, we have the Two of Pentacles. I definitely feel like you're waffling around something. Either someone you're tied to is waffling, or you're waffling about a situation is what I'm getting. Seven of Wands, Four of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and we have Temperance, Eight of Wands. So there's definitely, this is, the direction this is going is towards a connection, a relationship. We got the Two of Cups, the Four of Wands. There could be definitely something about moving or location change, job change here, but I feel like you are wanting something. There's something you want. You want to change. You want to move in a direction here. Someone definitely is in resistance here. Either you're getting a lot of pushback by a relationship about this, or someone keeps kind of playing games with you a little bit. There's this waffling of like, they feed into you like, oh yeah, okay, like they'll entertain you, but in reality, all of a sudden, like they play that game where then when it really, you know, push comes to shove, they're really not going to do it, and they really all of a sudden then make excuses. So there is this energy overall of, is the juice worth the squeeze here? That kind of is the same with the Seven of Pentacles. You know, this could be a relationship or even a situation that you've put a lot of time and energy into. You feel like this has been an investment, and so whatever this is, and maybe it's the investment of something work-wise or a dream that you really want to move in this direction towards this shift. And I feel like this is a common message. I feel like this has come up before especially in the last 6 months for you Pisces. It's like you're on the precipice of like intuitively you want this change, or you have this dream, or you have this like, I want to make this change in my life and go towards something different, something new. You want to expand, you want to grow. I feel like this has just been a continuous message for you, but there's people around you holding you back. So there's this constant, if this has been really going on for months, yeah, you definitely are waffling, like you're uncertain here. But eventually the uncertainty needs to really come down to like true clarity. And I don't know what is this, what is the thing that keeps you waffling or keeps you tied? And if it's this person, you know, if they're holding you back, I mean, that should be a complete sign to you. But I do feel like the universe is pushing you to make some sort of change. This could be a move. This could be a different job. This could be a house change or something like that. But let's keep going. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, you're definitely holding on to something. Judgment and Queen of Swords. There's the clarity. This is like the, you know, no more sitting on the fence. Judgment blows in and it's like, it's time. It's time to go in a direction here. Like it's that awakening and clarity to break through this. What have you been holding on to? You've been holding on to something past its expiration. And I think there's some level of comfort here for you in this, but is it really? I think your comfort is actually your kind of why you feel stuck. And I just noticed in this card there's the skull, and this card is the skull. So it's like, this is kind of morbid, but we have a Halloween theme here, but it's almost like you're holding on to something that's already dead. And you keep, because there's some attachment here. But this thing is definitely expired. It's been dead for a long time. And I think something has to really, I feel like something big has to happen to like wake you up. But the Judgment card's showing up here. So that's usually what that means. The High Priestess, there's your intuition. It's like, you know. So when you're listening to this and I say you're holding on to something past its expiration, you're like, oh yeah, I know. And there's the Oracle too. The Chariot. Look at that. Double ace. Or sorry, double swords. You have the ace, the Queen of Swords. I mean, this is major truth being revealed here with Judgment. This is like clarity. This is like something you cannot not see anymore. Like you saw it and you can't go back. And this Chariot is pushing you forward here. So your intuition, the Judgment call. I like the direction you're going in, Pisces. I really like this. Like, you're really seeing things now. Like, the universe is almost like stepping in to intervene, I feel, to help shift you out of your comfort zone, shift you out of attachments that haven't been healthy for you. The Star, yeah, healing here. What is it? So we have, all these cards are like duplicating the message here. So we have the Wish card and the Fairy Tale card and the Star card, which is about your wish fulfilled. What is it that you really want? Four of Cups. The Wheel. It's almost like you don't want to face the reality with the Four of Cups. Like you'd rather sit in a situation where, you know, you're always looking at the things that you're not getting, or the things that you lost, or maybe even around, you know, spending a situation you've spent a lot of time and put a lot of time and effort into. And I think there's a little bit of like accepting the truth is kind of a huge disappointment, and it's just you haven't wanted to. It's like you've been in denial. And part of the denial is you're like, well, I'm not ready to take action or to like change this, so I'm just going to sit in this, but I'm also going to continuously focus on the things that I don't have and that I'm not getting. But the universe here in the Four of Cups, there's a cup being offered to you by the universe. So there's really something the universe is trying to get you to see here. And ultimately at the end of September here, that's represented by the Wheel of Fortune, which means something is divinely timed. Like, you're not meant to be here. Like, there's somewhere that you're meant to be. There's like a divine timing piece to this. I do feel like things, once you get your clarity and speak your truth, things are going to start moving forward for you. So what is this truth and clarity? Ace of Cups. It's almost like you have to really say what you feel here. It's almost like really facing the truth to your emotions and how you feel, or maybe a lack thereof, because then you got the Five of Wands. So there's definitely conflict around this truth. There's some conflict going on. This could be internal conflict, because it's almost like your head and your emotions are kind of like in conflict, and one of it doesn't want to accept the truth. Page of Wands. There's your intuition is trying to come in to give you some new perspective, some new ideas. This is the card also of like adventuring out. I think there's some new adventures on the horizon for you, but it's like you're holding back, you're conflicted, I feel this like you keep going back and forth. Two of Pentacles, of like, I'd rather not face the elephant in the room. I'd rather be in denial because I'm comfortable where I've been. But have you been? Is it comfortable? And what is the comfort? I almost feel like this situation is kind of unhealthy, but maybe a lot of times this comfort zone that's unhealthy for us is because it mimics some sort of situation from our childhood. Even though if we really looked at that situation from our adult self, we'd say, oh my God, that was hell, or that was toxic, or you're in a situation, a relationship that mimics your parents' relationship, or your parent and a step parent, or something like that. And if someone were to really say that to you, be like, oh hell no, I would never. But in reality, your situation is mirroring an unhealthy situation, and that's because that's all you knew. That's all you knew. So let's see, what is this holding on? The Hermit. I do feel like you're being quiet about this. It's like you don't want people to know, but you also have been doing a lot of self-reflection about this. What is your intuition telling you? The Hierophant, Page of Cups. I feel like if this is a relationship, I feel like it's stuck in some sort of, I'm getting like the Hierophant, because the Hierophant is like, there's someone that's has higher power, and then everyone else just like follows. Like someone's the leader, they like set the rules, and the other one just does whatever this person wants, type of energy. And it's like this page keeps offering love, offering something. Let me do this, let me do that to this Hierophant. And again, it's like your intuition is trying to get you to see some sort of dynamic here. But also, I feel like you want a deeper level of commitment and love in a relationship or situation, and I don't feel like that's happening either. Let's see, anything else here? What's the ultimate guidance around this? Let me grab another deck here. What's the ultimate guidance to the situation? Three of Swords. Yeah, I feel like this situation is just going to be a path of suffering and heartache if you continue. It probably already has been. Yeah, Nine of Wands. Yeah, this situation... Oof, Death card. Nine of Wands, Death. Yeah, this situation is kind of, like I said, this has been dead and done with for a long time. And you just continue to like... I just like, there's something about why. Like, why are you holding on to something that's dead? You're holding on to something that's just... Like, there's a huge transformation I feel like you're being called to make. But there is this level of, like, contemplating, like, there's something about feeling like if you just, like, the whole idea of, like, giving up on something, just, like, you can't palate that idea of, like, well, I can't just give up. And if I give up, then I'm like a loser, or I'm, I almost feel like you're going to continue to hold on to this with a death grip until literally it's impacted you so long that it's going to be harder for you to climb out of this hole. And if it's with a person here who's toxic, like, the consequences of being with a toxic person for so long really does a number on your mental state, your emotional state, even your physical state. So there's something here about you're just kind of dragging yourself along to get along here. So what's going on with this situation? What is the truth here? I mean, we know, but let's talk to this other person here. Yeah, they're really blocked. Four of Swords. It's almost like they're going to still be sitting on this fence and you're going to move forward and ahead and they're just going to be still sitting on that fence. Like, not making much change. Because they don't want to move. They don't want to change. And there is this manipulation. And it's funny because I kept hearing something about manipulation. But the cards, I'm like, the cards aren't really calling anything out. But now the Five of Swords came out. And that's the manipulation card. And maybe you're in denial about how bad they've manipulated you or the situation for their own benefit. But maybe there's also something about a trip here. Eight of Wands and Four of Swords can be about like taking some sort of vacation or traveling here. And maybe you need to like get away from this person. But yeah, Pisces, interesting here. What is going on with you, Pisces? All right. Well, Pisces, a lot to think about here. Chew on. Come to some clarity here, but I think by the end of the month you'll get some. But thanks for joining in. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you go. Let me know what's going on with this situation in the comments. I'd be interested to read. Otherwise, I will see you in the next reading. Bye for now.